Originally, I was gonna do another top 6, but narrowing down only 6 Flex DPS was really difficult. There are a ton of really talented DPS players who I felt I'd be snubbing if I only listed 6, so I decided it'd be a lot more fun if I went over my top 10 Flex DPS in OWCS right now. There are a lot of really good Flex DPS, and I'm just gonna miss at least someone, so let me know who you'd have in your top 10 in the comments below. This list is subjective, and by no means am I an expert, these are just my thoughts. Also, this list is based off of who has been the best throughout all of OWCS, not who's the current best player. With those ground rules established, let's talk about my honorable mentions. My honorable mentions are Pelican, Becky, Viper, Psycho, Zest, Rocket, King, Ryan, Maimon, Top Dragon, and Choi Se-won. Some of these guys felt wrong to leave off the list, but the guys who made the top 10 are pretty hard to beat. A lot of these guys have been very consistent and great players, but they're lacking either success or longevity to make the list. Pelican specifically hurt me to leave off this list. I have been a day one Pelican fan. I remember when he won Rookie of the Year on the Atlanta Reign. But he just hasn't been able to play consistently enough to beat the guys on the list. Another tough one for me was Zeruhh. Zeruhh is one of the best Flex DPS right now, dominating in EMEA, and he's only getting better and better. The only issue I have with him is his 2024 was underwhelming, and I think it holds him back. If I were to make this video again next year, I wouldn't be surprised to have him several spots higher. And I wouldn't be shocked if some of you guys have several of these players on your list. However, they will not be on mine. Coming in at number 10, I have Knife. In terms of sheer mechanic, this guy would probably be near the top, but he spent most of his career with some teammates on his back. The success for Knife just hasn't been there. However, when you watch this guy play, you can just see how good he is. Knife has been on lots of teams at OWCS, like Yeti, Fnatic, Crazy Raccoons, Team Liquid, and currently Onside Gaming. A major perk with Knife is he's super flexible. He's able to play basically every Flex DPS you need, but he also has a really good Sojourn and can hold his best with the hit scans. Knife elevates any team he's on, and he's a major playmaker. On top of that, he has fought through adversity. He literally played on the Vegas Eternal, for God's sake. Knife is an absolute dog, and I think he's earned this top 10 spot. Coming in at number 9, I have the 2021 Overwatch League MVP, Leave. It honestly feels strange to put this guy so low, but not being able to play much last season really hurt him. Still, when we've gotten to see him play, he has been elite, usually one of the main driving factors for Weibo. He's still the king of the Chinese region, winning back-to-back China stage titles, and we've seen elite level play at each of the international lands he's played at, despite his team's overall placement. Leave is extremely flexible, even having a good Hanzo, Widow, and Ashe. When Leave is in the game, you can just see how smart he plays, and his aim is a serious sight to behold. I know Leave probably won't make everyone's list since he did miss a lot of time, but I think Leave has consistently been one of the most electric players in his region, and I think he deserves this spot. Coming in at number 8, I have the all-time GOAT of EMEA, Kevster. Although maybe not as electric as his Overwatch League days, Kevster's been a dominant force throughout OWCS. In 2024, he was the major reason for a lot of ENCE's success, sometimes willing them to victory all by himself. The same was true on the Ultimates, and you could see that his elite level play, even though it was on a team that wasn't quite as strong. Kevster's Genji is iconic for a reason, and his Tracer is one of the best all time. For his insane play, Kevster was given the EMEA Region MVP award, showing that he was still him. In 2025, he joined Virtus Pro, and finally, Kevster's surrounded by an elite team again. He's been able to rest a little bit as a part of a DPS rotation alongside Shockwave and Zeruhh. Most recently, in OWCS Stage 3, he's currently 4-1, and Virtus Pro just got a huge win over Twisted Minds, where Kevster's Tracer and Sombra were key in that big win. I wouldn't be shocked if Kevster can help Virtus Pro get over that hump, and I think it's clear to say that Kevster's still got it. Coming in at number 7, I have a guy that I'm pretty happy to put this high. It's Zeruhh. Zeruhh has slowly but surely risen as a superstar in North America, playing for multiple different teams and seemingly getting better each and every week. In 2024, he bounced around through Roster Mania, finally settling down on Nightmare, where he helped this team to 2 top 3 finishes in stages 3 and 4, as well as making the Stockholm playoffs. In 2025, he has taken another step forward. elevating this underdog Nightmare team to a crazy Stage 1 victory, as well as being a major part of the upset against Crazy Raccoon. His play helped him get a spot on Team Liquid, where he would soon become a starter. Currently, he's 5-0 in North America, with wins over Geeke, Space Station Gaming, and his former team, Nightmare. There are only 2 very winnable games away from an undefeated stage, and I think they will do it. I've been hyping this guy up since last year, even including him in my up-and-coming players video from last year, and I'm glad to see he's only getting better. Coming in at number 6, I have well-known Lucio player, AlphaYi. AlphaYi has been a staple of Zeta Division, and has been one of their most consistent and explosive players. Whether it be on Tracer, Pharah, Genji, Echo, or even Lucio, this guy has got you covered. Even when his teammates are trolling, AlphaYi picks up the slack and has willed Zeta to victory multiple times. AlphaYi has several top 3 placements, including multiple wins over Crazy Raccoons and Team Falcons, which is quite the task. Obviously, we all know about the AlphaYi main support, when Zeta decided that they should take him off of his role and put him on support. I mean, what were they thinking? They immediately started to suck, and the second they got a real main support player and put their second best player back on his role, they suddenly started winning games again. Yes, I did say second best, spoilers for the tank video I guess, but Bernard is pretty damn good. Regardless, AlphaYi has been one of the best mechanical players in OWCS so far, and I think he more than deserves this top 6 spot. Starting off the top 5, I have one of my personal favorite players ever, and my pick for the current best Flex DPS in EMEA. It's gotta be Checkmate. Checkmate has certainly had a crazy story, from being forced to play Reinhardt in 2021 to winning a ring in 2023. In OWCS, he bounced around from team to team, playing for Rock and Fnatic, and he played pretty damn well considering the situations he was in. On Fnatic especially, he balled out, with him and Donghack carrying the team to limited success. In 2025, however, Checkmate was released from his shackles and has been straight up dominant. He joined OWCS, and the DPS duo of Checkmate and Lambda has been electric. Getting Checkmate all the way to a top 2 finish in EMEA Stage 1 and a win in Stage 2. When Checkmate gets to play Genji, Tracer, Echo, or Symmetra, Checkmate is the best player in every lobby he's in. In Stage 2, he has elevated his play more and more, leading to a dominant win over Twisted Minds, and most recently, OWCS made it all the way to the grand finals of the mid-season championship, which was an international tournament by the way. Right now in Stage 3, they're undefeated, with wins over Twisted Minds and Virtus Pro. Checkmate has been reminding everyone why he won that ring in 2023. Coming in at number 4, I have Lenny. Sugarbrawn has been elite since his entry into OWCS. As a part of the Toronto Defiant, Sugarfree won 4 back-to-back NA stage titles, establishing himself as the best Flex DPS in North America. Sugarfree's Tracer and Genji were an essential part of their success, and his explosive play helped the Defiant place top 3 in Stockholm, the highest placing team not named Team Falcons or Crazy Raccoon. For his excellent play, Sugarfree won the 2024 NA Region MVP, alongside elite players like Kevster and Lib, to give you a little context of his excellent season. In 2025, he joined Space Station Gaming, and he's continued to be top tier in North America. Sugarfree is the main component to Space Station Gaming winning games, and he even won Stage 1 NA MVP. However, Space Station just hasn't been as successful, getting 2nd in Stage 1 and 4th in Stage 2. Currently, Space Station Gaming is 5-1, with their only loss being a close 5-map series to the undefeated Team Liquid. Lenny has consistently been the best Flex DPS in NA, and as long as Space Station Gaming has him, they will always be relevant. Getting my bronze medal, I have HeeSang. After struggling in the Overwatch League in 2023, HeeSang immediately established himself as an absolute dog in OWCS. As a part of Crazy Raccoon, HeeSang has won multiple stage championships, and he placed top 2 in nearly every major tournament throughout all of OWCS. HeeSang quickly went from a question mark on Crazy Raccoon to one of the most dominant Flex DPS in Asia. HeeSang has gone toe-to-toe with the Team Falcons DPS duo, dominating on Tracer, Genji, Echo, Pharah, and even Venture. HeeSang has continued to get better and better, and in 2025, Crazy Raccoon won back-to-back Korea stage titles, and they're currently in the finals to win Stage 3 as well. HeeSang and Lip have become a dominant duo, complementing each other pretty well, and even with Sprint subbing in, HeeSang has not missed a beat, going a clean 7-1 for a number 1 seed this stage. Although HeeSang isn't my number 1, he's an absolutely lethal DPS and could easily be the best Flex DPS in the world on any given day. Picking my number 1 was a very difficult decision, especially since, spoiler alert I guess, both of the top 2 play for the same team. But ultimately, I made my choice. Some of you might have these two flipped, and honestly, I can still go back and forth. But my pick for the silver medal spot is Proper. What can I say about Proper that hasn't already been said? Proper has been dominant since he stepped foot in the Overwatch League. After casually winning a Rookie of the Year and an MVP in the same season, Proper joined Team Falcons in 2024, and the rest has been history. He finished 2024 with a ring, as well as a Finals MVP. Most recently, he also won the MVP for the Midseason Championship, which he won by the way. Several stage titles, and consistently one of the top DPS in OWCS every single stage. Proper's flexibility is also unmatched, being able to play a really good hit scan. He can cover basically any DPS hero you need. Genji? Check. Tracer? Check. Sojourn? Check. Fucking Junkrat? Check. This guy has some of the nastiest aim in the game, and his biggest rival to the title of best Flex DPS is his literal teammate. Proper might be some of y'all's number 1, but my number 1 has to be Stalker. After showing that he was the best Tracer in the world during his time on the Atlanta Reign, Stalker joined Team Falcons, where alongside Proper, Stalker would win several stage titles, as well as a ring at the end of the 2024 season. Just like Proper, Stalker is a hyperflex, being able to pick up basically any hero you need. And together, Stalker and Proper are probably the single best DPS lineup ever made. Stalker plays with intelligence. He's always seemingly one step ahead of his opponent, and his mechanics are unmatched. His Tracer is the best in OWCS, and his Genji, Echo, Venture, and more are still elite. Since they play together, there really isn't a good way to determine between Proper and Stalker who's better. And you might say, well, Stalker isn't playing right now, which is true. However, without him, Falcons are struggling. They got upset by Wei, and they're currently eliminated from Stage 3. As much as I love Merit, it's very clear that Stalker was very important to this team. I wouldn't blame anyone for putting Proper over Stalker, but for me personally, I'm going to give Stalker the edge. With that said though, here is the complete list of my top 10 Flex DPS in OWCS so far. I really hope you enjoyed this video. I had a lot of fun making it. Do you hate me because I didn't put Becky at number 1? Well, let me know who your top 10 are in the comments below. If you watch to this point in the video, you probably enjoy my stuff, so do me a favor and subscribe. We're getting really close to 3,500 subscribers, and I'd love to hit that by the end of October. Thank you all so much for watching, and as always, love you guys.